Hey guys, welcome back to Playing in Space with Planet Head. I want to jump into playing as quickly as possible today because I'm not sure how long this video will go. It could be brief, it could be quite a while. Today's goal, I open my mouth and you need to come talk to me, don't you? Okay, here she comes. Our daily check-in, okay. I'm sure she'll be back. She's got to scratch something. Um, Today's goal is actually it's the first time I've done this with this character. I can't remember what I did in the last video. I was able to pick up a probe, a Minmatar probe. I was also able to pick up a regular core probe launcher, as well as some regular probes. And then I threw on the civilian afterburner onto the ship. And I think that's all that I have on the ship. Um, Before I log in here, when I log in, you're going to see that I logged off in space. I'm trying to get back into the habit of doing this. Um, I find it to be a lot better when you're in NPC nullsec or in just a area that might be iffy. Um, just for the effect that when you do log in, you're not station bound and you have more of a view of everything that's going on around you. Now, I know there's other ways of doing that, but if you're in station, sometimes that can be a little bit of a hindrance. Let's say you log in and you see there's 5 people in system. You don't know if those guys are right off your gate or not. When you log off out in space, you are already in space and you can do some directional scanning and see what's going on there. So what I'm going to do here is log in. We're going to check out the system I'm in. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I logged off in a very large system that's fairly close to uh, HTech PA 29 or whatever, which one I was staying in. So, oh, actually, I could just check it out here. Uh, this is me saying I want to get started quickly, but let's at least show you guys where I'm at here, and that'll give me a better idea. Um, And really, these videos, the next couple, are going to try to get you a good feeling, if you're an alpha player, how being in NPC space is not as scary as it might be, especially since you don't exactly have, if you do it right, you're not risking a whole lot. So we are in Venal, and there it is. Close that. Pulling up .land here, just because I'm not in game yet, and I'm in, where's that? BV Tech 1J9. So that would put me about right here, which is right on the edge of this constellation. I'm 2 away from my current kind of, I don't want to call it my home base, but my lean-to of where I've got some of my stuff. I haven't really figured out where I want to go to just yet. So I'm only 2 away from there. I want to say this is either the large one or this is a large one that I want to keep an eye out for. So we are going to go ahead and boot in and see as quickly as we can how fast we might be able to find a wormhole and maybe get back to local space. This may take a while. I may die in the act of it. Let's get in motion here. Just looking at local, I've got 1 person in space. It's been quite a long time since I've actually scanned for a little bit, so do not, I don't need my comment section filled with a bunch of, oh, you can scan better this way or that way. Trust me, it'll come back to me as I go. This might be a little bit rough. We got our D-scan up here, and we got a Chronos out here. So it looks like this Chronos is probably just doing some NPC work, because if you notice, those recs just increased out there. So this character, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name. Looks like he is just doing that. Yeah, look at your salvageable areas here are growing. So I'm not too worried about him right now. We're going to go ahead and pop our core probes out here. Oh, this is bringing me back. Okay, so I got 1 cosmic signature. That is all the way over here. So let's go ahead and, wow, some. Again, I don't have any bonuses on this ship as far as increasing my scanning ability. I'm sure I've got the alpha, like, basics in here for scanning. All I'm looking for are wormholes. I don't even have relic or data analyzers, so hopefully this will be fairly quick. As I... over here. There we go. Just... Yep, he is churning away, killing some stuff. Alright, good for you, buddy. Oops, clicked on the wrong thing there. Okay, so that is a combat site. So we need to find somebody else, somewhere else. So bring in our... Oops, shoot, yep, that's me. Got another guy who just came in the system. Okay. Let's get our drones, our probes back. D-scan back up. What's going on there? Now, what is a good direction for me to go? All I'm doing here is looking for cosmic signatures. I know there's a way in agency that will allow you to find exploration cosmic signatures. Wow, this is forever ago. So I'm in BV, that one is scanned. 0, so BFTQ has 2 signatures, which is right here. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get through to there. Good. Still got nobody coming through here. Good. So I had another guy come in the system. So I'm going to be a little bit careful there. Somebody dropped off a mobile depot here. Was that there before? I thought I saw one in the D-scan. Not a big deal. There it is, the mobile depot. Okay. So, actually, that'll be a good video. I haven't used one of those in a while. So we want to go to 0 Tech BFTQ. I am going to... That is within range. I'm going to go ahead and straight jump through it. Why not? Let's take a chance. Okay, that second guy actually just left. So this system here, by the agency, says there's 2 signatures in it. The other reason why I want to go there is it's a little bit off the beaten path. Right here. I guess you could go different. We'll do a circle. I'm going to do a circle here through all of these, and if I can find one, or I die trying to find one. Ah, sweet, nobody in the hole. I'll also drop some save spots for later use. Planet 5, warp with it, 100. Control B, save 1. These are just random save spots near gates that will help me in the future, and today has been worthwhile now that I have 1 save spot saved. Probably should have launched my core probes first. It's where you got to get back into that rhythm of when you bring your probes in, or get 16 of them so they auto load. A lot of stuff to grow here, get better at. So let's warp back to my safe spot, but we're going to launch our probes first. There we go. Now let's see, there should be 2 signatures here by the agency. There is. So increase our... Didn't I launch those? Yeah, I launched them. Oh, they're all the way over there. So this looks like it's a smaller system than the other one. Hopefully one of these 2 is wormhole. Whatever wormhole it is, I'm going to jump right into it, if there is one. Oh, oops. Haha, I was descanning. There we go. Okay, let's get just in motion. Good. Always be in motion, even when you're in a safe spot. It can give you that extra second that somebody combat probes you down that you're not paying attention to. I've saved myself so many times just because I had that extra second to warp away. Okay. And always remember, if you use an afterburner while you're doing that, Instead of the micro warp drive will increase your signature radius, even though it'll increase your speed by 5 times. So I've been able to figure out that ratio, which one's safer. The afterburner. Oop, there we go. There's our wormhole. Wormhole number 1. Cool. And that's what I'm going to do. So, we're at 10 minutes right now. I'm going to do this video until one of three things happens. Either A, we get to 30 minutes without me dying. B, I die. Or in the game, not in real life. If in real life if I die, I don't really have any way of turning off the monitor. I'll have to teach Maya here how to turn off the monitor. Because you'll just see me sitting here. Actually, you won't, because I'd have to upload it. I'm stupid. Okay, so we got nobody in system. Always, even if you find a wormhole, if somebody's in system, still go through the same motions that you would before of checking the wormhole first. There will be some people that sometimes wormhole camp. But there's nobody here, so we're going to jump. We're going to warp straight to that wormhole.
Warp drive active.
Let's get our probes in. Okay. Wait, I screwed that up, didn't I? Let's get our probes in. There we go. And let's get those reloaded. Okay, let's check out the wormhole real quick. Show info. Nobody's in system. Gotta be a little bit careful around this sucker. Wormhole seems to lead into unknown space. It's beginning to decay, so it's got about less than 24 hours. But we're in good shape there. Whoa, okay. So we just had somebody come in system. Did they come through the wormhole? That's the question. Larger ships can go through this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump through. First thing you want to do every single time when you go through a wormhole, just off the top of my head from remembering, is I want to look at my local or my overview, see if anybody's right on this wormhole. If not, I want to save this wormhole before I do anything else. I'm going to save this up to 2 days. There we go. Now, I'm going to go to a safe spot, hopefully. We're going to go planets, random planet, warp within 100. Control B, safe 1. Submitted. Go. Then we're going to warp back to that safe spot. Because with this being wormhole space, we can't see anybody in local unless they try to talk to us. Warp within 100. Go. I'm going to fix this. I set it to 2 hours for the safe 1 location. The wormhole will go away. But the safe spot doesn't hurt for me to leave it there. So we're going to go ahead and leave that good. Because if for some reason 3 years from now I come back to the system, maybe that safe spot will save me. You never know. So I got the save spot done. Let's get our D-scan going. Not seeing anything there. And hopefully... Now, being in a wormhole, I need to hit my D-scan a little bit more often. And let's launch our probes. We want to see if we can find a probe out of here to either another wormhole or more, hopefully, that we find one to low sec or high sec. Alright, so let's go. And we want to bump this up to 8. Analyze. Probably could bump it up to 16 because my skills are so bad. There's my scanner probe. Still nobody around. Let's get in motion. Gotta get back into this rhythm. There's a lot of stuff that you start doing without even thinking about. Okay, there's my first one. Now the one thing too you want to keep a little bit careful of is don't waste time scanning down things that you've already scanned. Remember when I saved that wormhole when I first came in? It does double duty. It It also tells me that that's a wormhole that I've already scanned. So I don't need to scan it down again. So any amount of time you can save scanning these items is huge. Descan again. Another wormhole. That's not the one that I did earlier. Good. Good. Man, it would be so awesome if, like, the first two wormholes I actually scanned were directly back to Heist. I could make this look so easy. This is something, too, that if you're an alpha character and you join a group out in nullsec, or any place in reality, it's something that you can do that is very, very valuable to your group as a whole. I remember back whenever I was in my alliance 10 years ago, there was a guy that he would basically just get up each day, and scan an in and out wormhole for the entire group. Um, I think this was even before they had alpha characters. Okay, so we got this wormhole here. I'm going to go ahead and warp within 100. I just want to check it out
Warp drive
first.
active.
Why am I warping within 100? Because then I can save the wormhole if it's a good one, warp away, warp back. If it's not where I want to be, then I'll just go back to my original save spot and be done. Okay. Show info. This one also leads to another wormhole, so it doesn't do me much good to go to wormhole unless warp within 100. I run out of things to scan here.
Active.
Let's try this again. We got our stuff out here. Now where is that one? So over here is the one that I saved. So let's bump this back up to 8. Analyze. There's faster ways of doing this too, as far as remembering different things. Probably get into that later on. There we go. I bet you that is probably one of these is the one that I already scanned when I came in. It's probably this one, but we gotta scan one more time just to verify. Good. So that is a wormhole. I don't think that's the one they originally scanned. Off the top of my head, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know whenever you first come through the wormhole if it will tell you by the ID whether it's the right one or not. Okay, so that one is there, and it is not near our original save spot, so we're good. Go. Analyze. I'm not in motion. Every time I don't put myself into motion, I deserve to get blown up.
Warp drive active.
I talk about it all the time, and then I always forget to do it. Now, while I'm warping here, if I really want to save some time, I can scan down these other two. I'm kind of just doing this simply because I am new to getting back to it. You can get a lot faster at this, and that's something I really like about this as far as being skill-driven, personally skill-driven, not skill-based by the skills that you have. Okay. Aha! This is exactly what we were looking for. So we got low security space. Don't know where it goes, but we're going to go ahead and save this location. Save location. And we're going to save it for 2 days. And I'm going to say low sec on here. Okay. Saved. Now I'm going to warp back to my save spot. Warpity warp.
Warp drive active.
Change the name of this one here to edit location Venus. There we go. These two are going to expire within a couple of hours, but this is a perfect example of being able to get in and out of nullsec or any other space by going through wormholes. Hopefully, if I don't die going through here. So we're going to go ahead and warp to this spot directly. Another thing that I did was when you scan something down, do not save, like right here, I can, in the probe scanner area, I could save the location there. Don't save it through there because that will get you at about 10 kilometers outside of that wormhole. If you click on the wormhole in space and save it, that will put you directly onto the wormhole and you're good to go. Now this wormhole was dying, okay? And I'll point that out here in a second once I go through it. Hopefully it doesn't die behind me. Wasn't at the end of its cycle, so I'm not too worried about it. And I warped through it. We are all the way through into Metropolis, into Hadoziko. Okay. Now we're in low sec, so you got to be a little bit careful here. I got 3 guys in system right now. What do you do? What's the first thing you always do when you come through here? You need to save your wormhole. Okay. Save that for 2 days. All right. Now I'm going to, second thing is find a save spot. So we are going to go to planet, random planet, warp within 100.
Warp drive active.
And again, we're just creating other save spots. Random save spots all over the place are fantastic. Okay, there we go. You never have too many save spots in my mind. Now, the better you label them, that sort of thing. I label mine save 1 if they're just random. If I start putting them in certain spots, I'll label them as other things. Now we're going to warp back to our save spot. We got somebody out here with a core probe scanner. So, and they're doing, core scanners. So, want to be a little bit careful, only for the effect that they're probably looking for wormholes or other things. They're not combat probing, so that's a good thing. Also got a MOA out here. Okay, so let's take a quick look at Dotland and see where Hadoziko is, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hadoziko. Hadoziko. It's in Metropolis. Okay, so it is in faction warfare space. Let's get rid of that. Faction warfare space. I spent a lot of time down in this area here, if I remember correctly. Just 2 out of high sec. Okay, and probably not too. And there's heck right there. So I literally jumped. This is a minor trade hub, but if I need stuff, I very easily could just jump 4 jumps. I'm in heck. I'm only like 5 or 6 away from Ren's, I think, off the top of my head. So really good safe spot. Now I'm going to ruin all of this because I'm going to go back through. Got anybody trying to scan me down here? Nobody? Good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to warp back to the wormhole, and then hopefully nobody is going through at the same time, and we're going to go back home. Warp within 0. The fact that I saved the wormhole not through the listing, but by saving the actual wormhole in space, this should warp me directly to that wormhole so we can jump instantaneously through it. Still some core probe scanners. Okay, so we're good there. Let's keep an eye out here. And then we're going to enter this wormhole. And we're through. And then we are going to get nobody on our D scan. So we're going to warp to our
Warp drive
wormhole
active.
back to Venal. And the mission is done. As long as I don't die somewhere along the way. So I'm sure there's some things that I missed here. I'm going to do this more and more often. I may do a second video explaining parts of this, because this was literally the first time I've done this in probably 6 months to a year, if not longer. So I'm sure there's some scanning things that I can remember, some safe spots. Oh, we need to jump through this, don't we? And a wormhole. Uh-oh, Lucifer's in system. I don't know who Lucifer is, but it's a scary day. Okay, warp within 100, so we're going to warp to our safe
Warp
spot.
drive active.
Now remember too, each one of these wormholes is a cosmic signature, so there is a random chance that somebody might be warping in while you're warping away, just like a gate might be, or a station. So the quicker you can get off to get to a safe spot, the better. So I got that. And we'll go ahead and get into motion here. Do a little bit of a D-scan, see if he's looking for me. We're moving. Okay, and we are going to log off safely in space. It'll give you 30 seconds. While you're doing this, you can't hit any modules. But you can D-scan. So what I like to do is, while I'm waiting this 30 seconds, is just hit my D-scan here a couple times, make sure I'm a little bit safe. Somebody's super quick, they could track me down. I think we're good. Yeah, if somebody's able to get me within 10 seconds, they're a lot better at this game than I will ever be. Okay, so why is this really useful? Number one, it teaches you scanning, especially as an alpha. It gives you the ability to get in and out of far-reaching areas. Now, it is random. That was a lot faster than sometimes it can be. Sometimes you can go looking for a wormhole and you get one right away that goes directly to low sec or high sec. Other times, you may look for an hour, but it is safer if you're doing it correctly. It can get you more and more into the whole idea of scanning. You can also help other people of your group, if you are all living out there, get you an introduction to wormhole space, get you better at using your D-scan. I know there's a lot of other things that are really positive with this. One thing I would say before you do this, and I didn't do this when I did this before, as I'm playing out here in my area, I like to write up notes as far as a shopping list of things. Now, I was just right outside of Heck, pretty close to Ren's. If I would have had a shopping list, I could, which would include like blueprints or equipment or anything else that I might want to go out quickly get and bring back. I would suggest blueprint copies, not blueprint originals, because you are going into scary space. Have that list beforehand, because you don't know where you're, and make that list as much as possible. Just keep adding to it while you're doing other things. I know I need rocket ammo blue BPCs. At some point, I'm going to want to upgrade my ships. I know I want to upgrade my scanning, get scanning equipment, that sort of thing. But you don't know where you're going to land in high sec or low sec. So um, being able to just grab whatever you can while you're out there is a really huge bonus. And having that list, so there's nothing more frustrating than doing all that work, getting there, getting back, and then it's like going to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store to get butter and maybe some milk, and you get home and you have 5 bags, and you remember you never got the butter. So I would suggest that make a list of everything that you think you might need, and then do your scanning. That's all I got for today. That actually went a lot better than I thought it would be. A lot faster than I thought it would be. I didn't die. Big positive. And I could slowly start getting to work on that. So, Other than that, hey guys, fly safe, fly dangerously, fly out like you want. I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.